Well, hello there, barbecue friends. Today, I picked up the Napoleon Grill's Kettle Pro Series grill. Now, it was at my local Costco. It was on special, so I picked it up, brought it home. Now, as you can see, this is just going to be an addition to the collection here. So I'm sure there's some people out there in the same boat as me. You know, your wife says you got too many grills. So I'm going to put this together, put it with the collection. Maybe my wife won't notice. So in this video, we're just going to assemble this, take it through step by step. Now this was set up in the store. The grill in the store, what kind of sold me on it was, first of all, the price was good. Second of all, it looked like the bowl was a little deeper than my other kettle grill. And it's got this nice cast iron grate and the lid is hinged. And it looks like it's got a couple more features as far as dampening the bottom and the top for airflow. So I just thought it looked pretty cool. So I picked it up, brought it home. So again, let's put this together. Now the one thing I noticed as well, this thing's quite heavy compared to the other kettle grills I have. Got some instruction books. Actually, it's quite heavy. Maybe this is where all the weight comes from. Nice cover, I like that. The one thing I found with the Napoleon grills, it's got 4 legs instead of 3 on the Weber. And we got a couple boxes. Okay, this grill is nice and heavy. That's a nice looking grill. Like I say, really heavy as well. All right, I found this nice assembly guide in the packet with the owner's manual. There's a couple thick books like that. Looks like it's full of some tips, how to cook on it. We'll thumb through this information another day. But here's our assembly guide that was in there. We'll just go through this and start putting it together. So we're going to start off with the dome-shaped piece that has the part for the legs on it. Looks like we're going to put a handle on there. The neighbor's yelling at his dog. I thought he was yelling at me. Nice little toolkit in there. It's that nice vent piece there. Looks like the handle we're looking for. All right, take this off. Get that handle. Okay, according to the instructions, this silver piece isn't on this right now. It gets installed after. But it's already on, so we're going to leave it on, and we're just going to go with it. Now we're looking for the spot where the handle goes. And there's 2 holes only on one side of the 4 legs. So we'll install our handle right here. Okay, and then it clearly shows you what hardware to use. That's all labeled in this packet. Okay, it's got these 2 nuts going in on the inside of the grill. See how it's kind of beveled like that? So the handle and the bolt's going to go through this. And then that's going to go on that raised area right against there. So like the cup side of the washer is going to go on the inside. Okay, you see on the inside there how those two bolts came through for the handle. Okay, and then we're just going to tighten up those nuts. So I need a 7/16 wrench to tighten those. Now these are nylock nuts, so you just want to tighten them till they're tight. You don't have to go too crazy. They're not going to vibrate loose on you. Okay, that's good on there. On to the next step. Put this back upside down. Okay, so here's the assembly. It's got your slide to open and close your bottom. All these tiny bolts that are going to line up with these holes. Now you want to line up. Now you see a spot where you have your vent settings with your slide here. 1, 2, 3, open, close. We want to make sure that is where your handle is. We're just going to position that there. Okay, so the bolt pattern's not concentric. You'll see two bolts that are quite close to one another. So there's only one way this can go in. I'm just going to line up that with the holes. Make sure all the bolts go through. Okay, now we're going to tighten this in place. So we'll just start one washer, one nut at a time. All right, I'll show you. Washers and nuts installed. Now we'll just tighten that in place. This little tool, that small end is the right size. We're just going to tighten all those with our thumb screw here. I'm just going to snug these up a little bit more with a 3/8 wrench. All right, so we got two legs look like this. And we got two legs that have the feet on them, look a little different. So two of these feet are going to have your pads on there. The other two are going to carry your wheels. So keep in mind you want your wheels opposite to where your handle is on this side. So wheels, straight feet. Pretty windy out today. There, it's got 4 of these mounting brackets for each leg. What we're going to do is mount the legs to the brackets. Take the leg that has that little divot in there, and you see the little divot on the pipe. Slide that in. Then we got these countersink screws with the Phillips head. We're going to tighten that in. We're just going to put all 4 of these legs together. Nice Phillips screwdriver. Tighten that in place. The leg that's going to hold the wheel, same thing. This part's the same. It's got that little indent. It's going to go in there like that. Again, put the screw in there and tighten it in. There. Okay, now it's on to mount these to the barbecue. So we'll get our mounting bolts out. Okay, so before we bolt these in here, keep in mind that this is going to go on. And this has, okay, it'll probably be something like this. This has holes that go on an angle into your legs. So if you're holding your leg where it should go, you want to make sure that that kind of lines up on an angle to be able to bolt this in. Just see. Oh, it doesn't look like you get it wrong. There, now we're going to put on the two legs that are going to carry the wheels. So flat part's going to line up that way. One has to go on one way. If you put that like that, it's not going to work. The wheel has to go this way. So this bar has to go on this side. So you won't get that wrong. Go on like that. I still have these fairly loose because we got to put that other grill on here. Okay, now we got our bottom shelf here. Make sure your brackets are pointing up, or I should say down because this is upside down. But anyway, that's going to go up. This is going to go through the hole. This is going to go through this hole. And then these two are going to bolt to these legs. Whoop. Let's put this bolt on over here. This is going to go through there. And this bolt's going to go through there. Now you can see I got a bolt through that bracket and a bolt through that bracket. There's a bolt here. This is the threaded piece. Our rod for our wheels here. Now we're just going to tighten everything up to provide you with a little Torx bit that came in the kit. Or you can use your own Torx bit. It's a T20. Now these two bolts on the fixed feet are slightly longer than these two. I think of it as the shorter bolt so it doesn't interfere with the wheel. Before I put the wheels on, I'm going to flip this back around. Now I'll put it like this. And I'm going to tighten the 4 bolts inside that are holding our legs on. There, these are the 4 bolts that are holding our legs on. Up there. I'll flip this back upside down here. All right. Let's get our wheels on. Okay, here's our wheels. You can see we're going to have like a little hubcap on here in a minute. So that's going to go on there like that. This side in. Okay, then we got these nuts. We're going to tighten the wheels on. Again, it's a nylock nut, so you want the flat side to go in first. See how it's got that little beveled edge? Just start that. Okay, then you're going to take your 1/2-inch wrench. Tighten that nut just enough so you can still spin the wheel. If you tighten it too much, the wheel won't be able to spin. And just stop there. See how that'll spin like that? Okay, just snug it, that's it. Fiery hubcaps. Just line up the tabs, pop them on. Just 4 tabs on there, line up the tabs with the holes, pop it in. There we go. All right, let's take this off the table here. can see, it's got these two kind of shaped grill pieces. We also have these two clips. It's going to sit on that grill like that. I'll put the other one on this side. And that is going to hold this in place. It's got two little slots, one on either side, that those clips are going to go in. Okay, it's going to hold just like that. We're going to set that right into the grill. This sits right on top of, there's a little ledge on that steel piece there, right in there like that, on all four of them. And that cone piece is hanging from that grill. All right, the next part of the instructions is telling me to bolt this silver piece onto the base, but it's already bolted to it. So now we're on to our grill grate. Okay, next we got our cast iron grill grate here. As you can see, there's different steps. You can go as low as this with your grill grate, or you can come up here, or you can come up here, which is a lot different from my other kettle. Plus, look at the thickness of this. And it's got it, you know, these hinge doors. Nice cast iron, heavy duty grill grate. I really like that. Okay, so our handle for our lid is going to line up with our bottom handle. And you can see where our hinge for our lid is going to line up with this. Just like that there. Okay, now we got this pin, and we got a little hitch pin for it that's going to go through that hole. And we're just going to pass that through. We have to wiggle the lid down around a little bit. Okay, then we'll put that pin through. There we go. That's on. Nice looking gauge with the chrome. You can see the nuts for the gauge are on the threaded rod here, so I'm just going to unthread that. Okay, I'm just going to tighten these two nuts with a small adjustable. Okay, now we're going to install the upper vent, which is this piece here. It's got 4 studs. It's going to line up with these 4 holes. But before I bolt it in, there's a gasket. There's a gasket that goes in there. Now, unfortunately, when I pulled the gasket out where the book was, I tore it. So we're just going to line it up the best we can there. There we are. Now we're going to take the last 4 washers, 4 nuts from our packet here, and bolt this down. Then we're going to take our 3/8 wrench and tighten this up. All right, for the lid. Now, you can see how that damper opens and closes. Now, this also comes with a rotisserie attachment, which we'll bolt on to the side. Open that up and I'll show you. Let's lower this grill grate to the lowest setting there. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could put your rotisserie right through here. You open that up, the rod will fit in there. Then the other rod will come through here. And then we'll mount this bracket to here, and that'll hold your motor. That's pretty cool. Okay, take your 3/8 wrench on the outside, your 7/16 on the inside, tighten that up. There, we are also ready for a rotisserie. If you've been following my channel, I've been doing a lot of rotisserie cooks lately. All right, let's close our lid. Now it's a matter of installing our lower ash basket. You can see it's got these knobs. That's going to line up with the holder underneath. Put that in there. Give it a twist. And our damper is going to work that slide like that. Well, I think this grill is going to be a great addition. It's got some nice features like the hinged lid and the cast iron grill grate and the different levels. It's going to be a great grill to grill on. And if you're watching this video, you probably purchased one yourself. Hope the video helped you assemble yours. We're going to be doing some cooks on here, so if you're not currently subscribed, you might want to subscribe. And if this video helped you out, I appreciate you giving me that thumbs up. And we'll see everybody on the next one.